day. They talk to an audience. This is what they do, or they're a streamer, right? And then they get in a controversy and they write out a Google Doc. Why the fuck do I gotta read it? Why can't you turn on the fucking camera and talk to your audience and explain what the fuck's going on and what's your point? The only reason why this is written in a fucking Google Doc and is posted to your motherfucking Twitter is because you lying. You fucking lie. I don't trust a word that you say. Why the fuck is this written out, motherfucker? Turn on the camera and talk.
This is Keemstar not wanting to actually read.
That's part of it, but think about it.
I mean, that is definitely part of it.
That's part of it, but think about it. Why are they not just fucking explaining their point of view to their audience? This is what they do for a living. For a living! And they're writing out some fucking, PR statement? Bro, any PR statement from a celebrity, a YouTuber, fucking anyone is bullshit. All right? What is it? Public relations. Whatever the fuck is in there is written to make them look good. All right? It's like basically a fucking attorney's writing it for him.
Yeah,
right?
but like a video is not going to be that much more sincere. You remember the T. Martin apology where like he took the ball out of the dog's mouth and petted it before he looked up to the camera and be like, "Hi." You know, it's like it's pre-written and scripted too.
Yeah, but in the video, we got to see this motherfucker acting, trying to get out of it, right? I can judge I can sit there and see someone's face and just know if they're lying or not. How they talking, how they acted. Like, you know what I mean? It's different, bro. I don't want to read some fucking bullshit. And you got no reason to do that when you talk to an audience on camera every day of your fucking life. Anyhow.
So here's what I'm learning, though, for people who ever need PR in the future. If you write it out, people like Keemstar are never going to believe it. If you say it into a camera, you got a shot.
If you say it into a camera, it's believable. And if you react right away, right? A lot of times they'll put out a little statement and be like, "Hey guys, this isn't true. Wait for my response." Motherfucker, you can't just turn on your phone, record video, and post it on Twitter. Why would
Well, they got to talk to the lawyer.
Why am I waiting for a response? The first thing you should say is, "Look, guys, this isn't true. I gotta take some time to organize a bunch of receipts and whatnot and put it together for a video. But what they're saying isn't true. Do not believe them until I can get my stuff together." You know, bam, post. Anyhow.
Or you could do the Dr. Disrespect route and go to Rumble.
No scope.
Imagine being that guilty and still winning. Like, you just won. Okay, so we got a major update on a story that we covered yesterday on the show with the Cybertruck and the drones. If you're unaware of this, basically there was a Cybertruck that blew up in front of Trump Tower in Las Vegas. And after that incident, there were more questions than answers. A military person who's also a content creator, like a D-class celebrity on YouTube, received an email from the suspected guy that was in the Cybertruck and set up the bomb with fireworks and all that. And in the email, he said he was trying to get attention because he's trying to let people know that the drones that everyone's seeing in New Jersey are actually anti-gravity drones that the U.S. military has and China has. And China's been having those drones fly over the fucking East Coast in New Jersey to fuck with us, to let us know, us in the United States, that they have the same technology. And that's what's going on. Well, there is a guy who I truly respect and like. And,
the Tesla
and
Cybertruck.
His name is Ian Carl. And Ian Carl digs into all these conspiracies. And he doesn't really he's not one of these people that has a conclusion. He just gives you the facts that are hard to put together. And then it's up to you to come up with a conclusion. And this is what he's got so far. Check this out.
In Las Vegas has turned into the craziest reverse psyop story ever. And it's still developing, but I'm going to run through all of the evidence in all directions that I have found so far, so it's easy to kind of pick up where we're at right now and see what's up next. First thing, super iconic, not an accident. But the question is, not an accident, why? And who's actually behind it? Because the media is pinning everything on Matthew Allen Littleton because they found his passport and his ID and a bunch of stuff of his in the car. Though the car blew up, passports always survive. And he's an active duty Green Beret that's been stationed mostly out of Germany and Colorado. And the Green Beret community is digging into this deep and getting sources. And there's so much that's not in it. And then yesterday, I think it was, the plot was super duper thick when the Sean Ryan show had this whole expose on this whistleblower scenario where he had Sam Shoemate on, who had apparently gotten an email from this Green Beret dude the day before the vote. And the email is crazy spicy, but it's a little suspicious. If you haven't seen the Sean Ryan Show podcast episode yet, you should watch at least the first 30 to 45 minutes. Put it on 2x speed. You should not believe everything that is said at face value. Remember, both these guys are military intelligence assets, former and current. This is the alleged email that Mr. Shoemate received, but notice that there are spell check red squigglies in here. And there's a cursor. We've learned this before. This is not how an email appears when it is received in your inbox. This is how an email appears when you're typing.
That is interesting,
What?
right?
Ooh, I missed the cursor.
That's interesting. Okay, so when you receive an email, it don't show you spell check. It don't. That's a fucking
You're-
Yeah.
Can I put a question mark here? Like, it says sent from Proton Mail for Android. Could it be that they copied it and put it on a black background for easier consumption, and it did those things?
Well, let's find out.
But this is what the Sean Ryan Show put out as the email that was received. And it alleges that the drones over the East Coast are Chinese tech and that they could bomb the White House at any minute. And it's like this whole, basically it alleges that World War III is about to happen between the US and China. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. And he's like trying to be a whistleblower to like stop it. But if this email is real, it's like the perfect food for the military industrial complex and for World War III warmongering. But it gets weirder. So the Las Vegas officials and the FBI, who are totally trustworthy, have been assessing the scene. Hey, Gigi, don't do that. Stay over there. That's where they found the passport. They also found an incinerated Desert Eagle, which apparently he used to shoot himself in the head before the explosion. It was dropped on the floor right in between his feet in the driver's seat. And if you know anything about how powerful these guns are, you imagine shooting yourself in the head with it and then it dropping straight down instead of like just flying into the like hoop. Not to mention that no one has reported any report from a gunshot in the car at the scene at the time, and that is like the most powerful handgun you can buy.
Can we
The
pause real
whole
quick?
conspiracy on this thread is
Because they're automatically assuming that the Desert Eagles will be 50 Action Express. Desert Eagles can come in various calibers. They can come in 357 Magnum, they can come in 44 Magnum or 50 Action Express. Not to say 357 Magnum is a light round, but like not every round is a 50 caliber when it comes to the Desert Eagle. I just wanted to put that out there because this right here could be people just misjudging it.
Yeah.
Teslas can drive themselves, and I don't know if anyone's ever tested the self-driving because it'll watch you, and if you don't look upwards, it'll tell you to look or it'll stop the self-driving, so you can't look down at your phone or close your eyes and go to sleep. But has anyone ever tried it with a dead body that has its eyes open? Because that is probably possible. It's unclear because allegedly the remains of the person.
Yeah, I don't know why he did the music in the background. It's like ruining the video for me. It's like,
Found in the front seat, though charred, burnt beyond recognition, the DNA did not match the DNA of this guy's recent child.
okay. The DNA of the dead body in the Cybertruck that allegedly shot themselves before they blew up the Cybertruck, right? Did not match the DNA of his child. So that could mean two things. One, it's not him, or two, you're not the daddy.
Apparently his wife just broke up with him and they were trying to paint that as like he's angry. It's like Green Berets get smoked all the time. Like maybe the kid wasn't his kid. I think it's more likely that the body wasn't his body. Because again, in the email that was allegedly sent by him, theoretically, it's very clear that he's not planning to kill himself. He's planning to escape to Mexico and to do this whole thing in order to bring attention to this and to whistleblow and to be taken seriously and to get this out to as much news and publicity as possible and then escape to Mexico. He says it 2 different times in this email. The trunk was loaded up with all these crazy fireworks, and there was some gas cans in the cab that caused the explosion to sort. So a little unclear, but it seems like the explosion was intended to.
Do you guys want me to like? People are crying, but people always cry in the chat. I can bring it up.
I'm looking at this because like it's fine.
Yeah, I'm
This is
so-
interesting.
It's so interesting to me, and yeah, I guess some people in the chat are bored, but like I don't care. I'm watching it. Just turned up the
same
speed
here.
though.
Not cause a bunch of death, but just to cause a scene. Like he chose a Cybertruck, which is bulletproof, like the worst car to build a car bomb in, and then he filled it with fireworks instead of like he's a Green Beret. He could have built a real high like power
Agreed.
IED that could have blown the building up, theoretically. And then he says in the letter that he's trying to keep a low profile because he's being followed and they attempted to abduct him, but also that he's trying to keep a high profile because they know he has this IED, this car bomb rigged up, and so he got a Cybertruck, which is like, why would you get a Cybertruck? The police have had no trouble tracking the Cybertruck both in Las Vegas on CCTV footage and on its supercharger route across the country. The police said that they have tracked the purchase of the firearm, specifically the Desert Eagle, back in Colorado. There's a 3-day wait on purchasing a firearm in Colorado, so we had to have initiated the purchase 3 days before leaving Colorado to come to Las Vegas for this event. But then in the email, he gives like as confirmation that he is who he says he is. First off, I'm not under duress or hostile influence or control. My first car was a 2006 black Ford Mustang V6 for verification. Well, people verified. People pulled his vehicle records, and actually he has never owned a 1996, was it? Ford Mustang, but 2006 Ford Mustang, but his first car was a Ford Mustang, just totally different year. So it's not really like, could be that because it's 30 years ago, like it's his own car 20 years ago and he just forgot to make the year. It could be like, why would you put the wrong verification in? Like, you'd think if it was someone else faking the letter, they would get the right verification because they wanted it to get verified. You think if it was him, like maybe he misremembered it, maybe it's an intentional misverification.
Bro, more questions than answers. Like the
Yeah,
more
Jordy's
you
got a question. Like this a shit car list.
Dude. Listen, I'm staying on this fucking story as long as it takes, all right? If there are any updates on this story, I'm playing it right here on